Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in today's live stream we're going to check into the week which we have just entered, or at least, well, we already entered, all of us. It's Monday in United States and into the western side of the world. So with that said, if you had paid attention to the thumbnail, you would have saw that there were cards there, 5 cards, which is the collective reading for the week itself. And the cards were and are as follows. The first card that we had for the week, that is going to be the Queen of Swords. The second card for the week, that is to be the King of Cups. The third card for the week, that would be the Ten of Pentacles. And the fourth card for the week, we have the six actually. So it is the Six of Wands. The card which accompanies the King of Cups, that would be the High Priestess. Just let me dispose of the rest to show you those. So the High Priestess here. Hello Jasmine, welcome to the stream. So what the week is all about? Well, the week is about how successful we can be without, I put it into words, without jeopardizing the mundane parts of our lives, while as well without jeopardizing too much of our independence. What that really means, it is that, well, it could relate to many different situations, but throughout the week there could be deals that we can sign which are going to be very successful. However, those deals may restrict, to a certain extent, our independence. Therefore, we will become dependent by the demands of the deal. And we should be mindful how much of our independence we are sacrificing out there. And when I say deals, that King of Cups with the High Priestess, it's a long-term one, in a sense of a long-term proposition, or a long-term engagement into thy life, which afterwards there will be almost no way to literally sever that connection, that relationship. And as it follows to that particular situation, it's going to be to our detriment, so to speak. So how we can recognize that? Well, it will be a proposal which we'll find very difficult to pretty much pass on. We'll find very difficult to deny on. In other words, it's going to be almost too good to be true. Okay, and that is going to be exactly the appeal of it. And probably is gonna take away out of out of our independence, is gonna bind us to a certain code of conduct, so to speak. But other than that, the week should be rather quite successful, especially for those of us which are trying to overcome obstacles, which are trying to overcome plights, and those of us who are trying to accomplish milestones. A huge week, especially for them. For what those cards are showing, that whatever milestone you are trying to accomplish throughout the week, you can push it through. I mean, you can make your breakthrough throughout that particular week with well, the qualities are going to be different, but long story short here, every single one of us is going to show the necessary amount of emancipation with the situation, so can take on the situation to its full advantage. And that is going to lead us to the result of all that, which is going to be the recognition we deserve for our actions, and as well the rewards which we are entitled to. Which, for, like I said, some of us are going to be accomplishing a milestone that probably eluded us for a very very long time. In terms of that reading relates more toward a job and career, but as a general, I'm going to say a few words for a love life as well. In our business next week is going to, or it should thrive. Most of the hard work is going to be pretty much dealt with for throughout the week, and the majority of that work is going to be rather done with a comfortable fashion. So it's not going to be something we are going to hate ourselves waking every time at the morning, you know, that we have to go to work. But actually at some point we are going to start looking pretty much forward to it, and that good work which we are going to put to our job and to our business is going to be rewarded as a result of all that throughout the week. Now, like I said, in love, be very careful whom you are trusting there. I mean, there could be, or there is a person who may promise you the world. Unfortunately, their intention isn't to give it to you. That's just, you know, you being beguiled into believe into something which is not going to come to fruition. So at best you are going to end up being disappointed. So this is a week where you should trust your healthy sense of mistrust. But other than that, for those who are already in a relationship, the week as well is going to be awesome. And in such an environment, the physical connection in between two individuals is going to be in its highest prowess. And that is the collective reading. Mattia, by the way, thank you so much for your $20 PayPal donation, which carries on an inquiry with it. You're gonna have your reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much given. Sam, thank you so much for your $2.99 Australian dollars. Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Mattia. Sam, make sure that you do stay up until the end, where you're gonna have your personal reading as well. LUF, what is that, Sam? I don't know what that abbreviature means. Love life? I don't know. This is what it looks like. Okay. Life, all right. Let me type it down. Well, Sam, we do take many roles in life, right? So the best that I can do tonight is to tell you what is your current role in your life. Deal? All right, so a couple of words about the show before I go to the first 4 star signs. So in this live stream, I'm going to read for the 12 star signs for the week, and what influence they are going to have, or how the week is going to influence them, or how they are going to influence the week for each one of you guys. I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to end up with Pisces. And also throughout the stream, 3 of you are going to have the opportunity to get a free reading with me. One of that opportunity is going to be after Cancer, another one after Scorpio, and then the final one is going to be after Pisces. So if you do want to have a free reading with me, stay tuned for for those moments to have your chance to catch it. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show, don't shy to give a thumbs up. It doesn't hurt you, it helps us. Okay, it's just literally how it stands. And as well, if you like the show so much that you decide to support it through super chats, in that case you're gonna have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed. And if you do want to have a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which link you're gonna find in the description down below. And going at my website, the very first page, you're going to see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. So with all that said, starting up first, we do have Aries on our hands. Let me shuffle. All right, the first card for Aries, that will be Aries itself, actually, because we do have the Emperor. Followed by the second card, which is Judgment. Moving on next, we do have the Tower. Oh, that is actually a bit of a confirmation. And the final one for Aries, we do have the Four of Wands card here. Okay, so chaotic week. Okay, chaotic week. In a sense of that, I don't know how exactly to explain it, guys. You will do a great job managing stuff around. The problem is going to be that you wouldn't know or you wouldn't be able to see the essence of what you are managing. Hello Anna, welcome to the stream. What I mean is that, for example, you are going to tackle very subtly and successfully with the challenge, but you wouldn't be able to pick point and tell why is that challenge, you know, where it's coming from. For example, if you're let's say love partner is giving you a hard time, you're going to do a great job handling that. The problem is going to be that you wouldn't be able to tell why, you know, your love partner is treating you that way, and they ain't gonna say it, at least not throughout that particular week. So yeah, it's a bit of a crisis management here. However, for what the cards are showing, no matter what life literally throws at you throughout the week, whether career or whether relationship, you will manage it very well. You are going to be able to face the ups and downs of it, because there is going to be of both, with ease. But you're always going to have that question on your mind: why is that happening? You know, what have I done wrong? Question is, what have you done not? Because there were an action for what those cards are showing. There was an action that you were due to make a week ago or a couple of weeks ago that you haven't, and now that is the result of it. But as the week progresses, at most by the end of the week, you're going to figure out what it is, and you are to perform what you are due, and that is going to fix things around. So that's one hell of a week for you, which kind of like speaks about improvement being accomplished the hard way around. This realization is gonna come for the most part on its own. No matter how much you are trying to bang your head against the wall, trying to figure out why these things are happening, you know, when the time kind of like ensues, then only then you're gonna pretty much figure it out. You're gonna figure out the details, and those details are gonna lead you to the conclusion what should have been done. It's not a great time to look for work throughout that week, you know, or well, if you do have to start a job, obviously you're going to start one. Just be mindful what kind of what kind of a contract you're signing up, NDAs and those kind of stuff, because they may bind you to your, pretty much to your detriment. Okay. And also be very mindful what you're promising to your friends, colleagues, family, beloved ones as well, because unfortunately not everything is going to depend on you. And while you may kind of like spill blood, you know, and throw tears around, giving everything you have to accomplish what you have promised, unfortunately not everything, like I said, depends on you, and you may not be able to, and that will inflict, needless to say, will inflict a disappointment on you and on those you love and those you count on. So that was Aries' week. Now moving on, next we do have Taurus. Uh, Five of Cups for Taurus. Moving on, next, what we have, it is the Emperor. Afterwards, we do have the Lovers. And the final card for Taurus, that will be the Six of Cups. So for you guys, it's pretty simple. That's a week where you really gotta take it easy on yourself with all the, not just only responsibilities, but also all the expectations, or personal expectations. That is what you do expect of yourself, you know. All the worries as well, things that you can't do a thing about, because that's what the week is touching on. For one or another reason, it does look like that you will be more prone to focus on what disappoints you rather than what makes you happy, and that's, in that way you pretty much, well, that could lead to many things, but well, usually what happens into those situations is that people will start regretting what had been, what had happened, okay, and they'll start blaming themselves for that. Whatever you may feel disappointed about, as this week progresses forward, you should know that it's not the end of the world. Okay, the situation ain't out of the window yet, and things are salvageable, things are reprimandable, and such a remedy will ensue into the future, for as long as you do not give up on the situation itself. Just a quick example, you may have say something you shouldn't, okay, and that kind of like put a strain on your business partnership, you know, or on a friendship, your current engagement, whatever. Even if you don't know anything about it, for as long as you sit into that interaction, into that relationship, the very least what you said is going to be forgiven and forgotten. So it's just a temporary thing, you know. It's just a temporary disappointment. It is just a temporary loss. So you have a huge choice to make, okay? And the choice is, you're gonna move forward toward what you want, or you're gonna look backward toward what you had to do. It's and regret about it. Well, the choice it's pretty much yours. This reading is very, I can't say productive, but rather pleasant for you, Taurus, who are going to dedicate the most of your time at work, it kind of speaks that not much of an important tasks and responsibilities are going to be there, and that is going to give you the room to pretty much decide what you are to do on your own there. And those cards are advising you to address those tasks which you do find most appealing, and as well most creating. You guys, Tauruses who are single, very possible that by the end of the week you are to be introduced, meet, or reconcile with a person that's you are gonna whether feel or you have felt before a emotional and physical connection with. So again, don't be hard on yourself. It's not the end of the world. You just keep on with the choices you have made, and things are going to turn out very, very well for you. Moving on, next we do have Gemini. Three of Cups. It is the first card for Gemini. Moving next, we do have the Knight of Swords, followed by the King of Swords, and the final one, that's going to be the Six of Wands. So for the Knight of Swords, the card is going to be the Tower. And for the King of Swords, we do have the Hermit. Hello, Skinny Legs. Welcome to the stream. So, the thing about you, Gemini, it is that whatever you're doing, those around you will like what you are doing and how you're doing it. So whatever vision you do have about your future, people will have the same one for you and for themselves as well. And that will be the main literally topic of the week. For what we can see here is that whether people or organizations will want to have a part of that future that you are establishing for yourself. Say you are establishing a business right now, whether someone wants to be a business partner of yours, or a organization wants to have a shares of that business, or why not straight away assimilate the business, annex it, right? And it's going to be more than one, and that will be the not exactly the issue, but kind of like that's going to be the conjecture out there, or the tough part. I probably haven't used the right word here. So the hard part of the week is, you at the end of the day you will have to decide which one you should go about. So what we have the first one, the Knight of Swords with the Tower. Those two. That's a very difficult person or organization. it's so difficult to explain it. The simple way it is that whether either this person or organization, they already have they already set their mind into stone, and while they see the same future as you do, probably they don't see it the same way as you do. And if you do decide to go for the Knight of Swords, they will try all the time along the way to enforce their way. That's the best way how I can describe it. So how you can recognize that person or organization? Well, they are very good into handling things around. It is just they are very efficient, and they always have an answer right away for whatever question you have, or whatever predicament may come about to you. It's just their intellectual capacity and tenacity to see things through. It's very, very high. That's why, when you are to be approached by them, it's almost gonna feel like they're actually giving you a favor. It's kind of like making you a favor, being a part of your business or of your enterprise in general. The other person that we do have, it's the King of the organization. It's the King of Swords with the Hermit. So this is also a complicated, whether individual or a society of people. Now, the thing is that for what those cards are showing is that they don't need this. But because it can work out and it could serve them well, they don't need it, but it's gonna make their life easier as well. That is why they will want to have a piece of it, or rather, like, they will want to be involved with it. So how you are to recognize that person or organization? Well, first of all, they will want to negotiate literally everything. Unlike the first one, who is gonna be headstrong, steadfast, is gonna, sign up, the partnership right away. You know what, we're gonna figure. You ask a question, they're gonna tell you, you know what, we're gonna figure it later. Everything is gonna be great. Don't worry about that, and so on and so forth. Now, this one is gonna be completely different. They will want to pretty much sort everything out around. They're like, if that is about the contract, and with the first one the contract is going to be like a page and a half, with this one is going to be 15 to 20 pages. It's literally things you haven't even thought about are going to be talked about in there. Okay. And their contribution to your deeds is going to be that they do have the professional expertise, to make you grow. So that could be a lawyer or a financial advisor. Why not a mentor as well? Bottom line is that they have a huge experience into what you're trying to accomplish about your future, and consulting yourself with them, right? Or analyzing the situation with them. Whatever difficulty you do face, the way out through it is going to be achieved and accomplished. And by the end of the week, whichever one you choose to go forward with, that's the one you are to stick with. I can't make a choice for you guys. According to these cards, you should go with the latter rather than the former one. So you should go with the one who is thorough rather than the one who is steadfast and headstrong. Jasmine, thank you so much for your 1999. US dollars. Thank you, Jasmine. Let me see the question. I think we already answered that. Do you want me to check again? Do you really want me to check again? All right. All right, Jasmine. Again, thank you so much for your 1999 US dollar support. At the end of the stream, you're gonna have your reading on your inquiry. Next one, we do have Cancer. Okay, I understand. First card for Cancer, Eight of Cups, followed by the Queen of Pentacles. I'm very curious what is going to be the additional card to the Queen of Pentacles. Very, very curious. Then it's the Moon. And the final card for you, Cancer, that is going to be the King of Wands. It's a pretty simple reading. Let me just Seven of Swords here. It's a pretty simple reading. Now this reading, this reading, but the reading about the week is revolving around that as the week progresses, is going to become clearer and clearer to you that you and someone which is around you, and by the way, you are a bigger part of their life than they are a part of yours. Okay, so how this could be? Well, for example, your employer, or rather like your employee, you are far bigger part of their life than they of yours. Okay, that's one example how that could be. Your employee, believe me, you are a huge part of their life. No, it's pretty much the same one I always used, Anna. The same spread I always used for the weeklies. So that person, once again, you have a much bigger role in their life than they into yours. But in as the week progresses, will become clearer and clearer to you that you just can't move forward together. And that individual will do anything they can so that not to happen. However, it's not much that they can do. I mean, with their extreme efforts, they can postpone that severance, but eventually the severance is gonna pretty much happen, whether this week or in the next month. It's just, that is how it's gonna be. That is because whatever future awaits you, and I don't know why that's the case, guys, it is within the cards, they don't have a place in it. So if you do decide this week, to break a relationship with someone, whether a business one or a friendship one, and you feel regretful about it, sometimes we know that that's the right thing to do, but still we mourn about it. We feel like shit about that thing. Know that you did the right thing. It's so obvious here in the cards. We do have the Eight of Cups, which is at the first place of the reading, and then the Moon card, which is on the second, which is on the third. And by the way, the Moon card being there, it kind of shows that humanity, knowing that even though doing the right thing for everyone, mind you, that's not just only to for you, but for everyone. You still kind of like are gonna feel sadness and pity and kind of like emotional, I can't say really turmoil, but it will be kind of like emotional disturbance of such a, you have to reach such a length. But rest assured, the future for you, Cancer, is going to hold a much better perspective having that person around you no more. And the result of all that is going to be that your ambition, whether you have an ambition to, I don't know, have a child, or you have an ambition to grow into your business, or your ambition may be to just be better. Okay, whatever your ambition is, as a result of your actions throughout that week, you will just going to be more capable to expand on that ambition and to manifest it as well. Anna, thank you so much for your $20 support. Thank you, Anna. And Chandra as well. Thank you, Chandra, for your 1999 support. You both make sure that you do stick by the end of the stream, where you're going to have your personalized reading. That's guaranteed. All right, and with that said, now we are entering into the first break. So the first free reading is going to be established now. Oh my god, I never knew how to say that. Long story short, one of you can have a free reading with me right now in this very moment. And in order to contest for that free reading, all you gotta do is just input a question into the comments of the live stream. I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes to do so. And after the time runs out, I'm going to pick one question. Should there be more than one question? And I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Well, skinny leg, is your nomadic life a life you chose, or it is the circumstances kind of like squeezing you to have that life? Which one is it? Well, if you do regret it, then stop being a nomadic person. You just settle. It's simple as that. Sometimes, well, actually, most of the time, the the resolution to our difficulties, it's usually the simplest thing. Okay, it's not that complicated. So that is what maybe what you should do. Just settle anywhere. But you know what? That I don't want to be taken the wrong way, but I never understood the nomadic people. Like every 2 months or a few months living in a different place. It's just that's unthinkable for me. I like settled life. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it's just in my nature. I can't imagine traveling every month or every 2 months even. That will put so much stress on me. It will be or changing places and those things. No, that's not for me. All right then. Uh, One question submitted, which is Skinner leg, and that is how will Jupiter direct? Which, by the way, happens on what is it? Third, I believe. No, Neptune direct is third, 23rd, tomorrow. All right. So, how is Jupiter direct going to affect you? Well, actually, believe it or not, uh, those are the three cards we have. And it will be a good time for you, skinny leg. You will find a salvation from a lot of your plights, especially plights which are concerning your personal life. If you, for example, were worried for your place that you are living, that worry is going to be sorted out. You may be worried about your job, that worry also is going to be sorted out. It's literally, this is a period for you, Jupiter direct, or rather, like when Jupiter becomes direct, the energy released for you is going to be the energy that will allow you to pretty much seize the opportunity to sort out what makes you feel unstable and threatened. Should that be about your job being threatened, like I said, or your home being threatened, or you as in a romantic interaction? If you feel that that romantic interaction is threatened, you will have your chance, not just only one though, and it's going to be a pretty damn good one, you know, to fix the things around. And above all, one way or another, you are going to still manage to stick to your ways rather than having to adapt, you know, to what is going on around you. So you still are going to be able to afford the same things, pay the same bills, and so on and so forth. So Jupiter direct, it just is going to be one solid improvement for you. And also, this is now the higher purpose of it, is that many more aspects are going to become clear to you, and literally almost to every situation that you are going to stand into, you will know what you have to do in it. Should you go forward with it or part ways with it, whatever the case, but you definitely gonna know, and that is because you are gonna have all the pieces of information and all sides of the matter, and that will allow you to pretty much make the most informed decision about what you should do about it. So that is how Jupiter direct is going to affect you. All right, couple of minutes, and then moving to the next 4 star signs, which are going to be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and then Scorpio. Then the other free reading is going to take place, and the other 4 star signs, then another free reading, and then the super chat readings. If you do decide to support the stream and the channel through super chat, guys, you're going to have a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much given. And should your super chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be that very same format I am doing for the star signs themselves, which is that 4-card spread. I don't know why you find it unique, but I will take it. Thank you, skinny leg. It's just a normal interpretation. You're welcome. Have a great one. All right, next one. That will be Leo. The first card for Leo, that will be the 8 of Cups, followed by 9 of Wands. We do have the 9 of Wands. Moving on next, that's going to be the Page of Swords. And the final one, we do have the 10 of Pentacles. The one that accompanies the Page of Pentacles is going to be the 6 of Cups. No, come on, Anna, you're not that old. I know that elders like to travel, you know, when people retire and stuff. But I know you are far away from that stage. I mean, retiring. Funny thing it is that when I think about it, I don't know if I'm going to be alive to retire. I don't know about America and all that. But here, A man to retire must be somewhat of a 70 years old. I don't know if I'm gonna live that long. That is 33 years from now. Oh my god. It feels like a lifetime. Right, back to the reading. So there will be a struggle this week that is in yourself, Leo, of what to do. Okay, on one side, you will have the necessity, or kind of like you're going to feel that you haven't done everything, and there is still something that could be done to make things better, no matter if they're good or bad. All right, for some, you may be in a really good situation, all right, in a really good relationship, or in a really really good working environment, and still you're going to have the feeling that it can be better. On another hand, there will be that person or that organization, like society of people, that is going to try to tell you that there isn't anything else for you there. Okay, there isn't anything else that you can do more, and you should look forward now. You have spent, I mean, up until this point, you have invested enough time. From there on moving forward, this isn't investment anymore. It's gonna be a waste. So bottom line for you, Leo, is that you will need to know when to draw the line, when enough is enough, and just leave it as it is, and move on to the next enterprise, to the next adventure, if you want to call it that way, even. So what will happen if you cannot overcome that sense and that feeling that you still can do more? Or like I said, the least a waste of your time. The worst, it is that you're going to start making the situation worse. You're trying to solve one thing or to improve one thing, two other things in the situation, or two other aspects start kind of like deteriorating, falling apart. And that, by the way, is going to be your cue that you should probably kind of like leave it alone and just, carry on with your other stuff. And once you do decide to carry on, once you do actually do it, then the result of all that, Leo, is going to be that your experiences everywhere, love life, career, they're going to start becoming much more cozy and comfortable and warm as well. It's going to feel more and more, all you do, it's worth it. Okay, all that you are initiating, engaging, contributing to, aside from where you have to draw the line, it's kind of like it's even more than worth, or rather, like it's even more than worthing, or worth it. You get what I mean here. Few exceptional cases, it is that by the end of the week, it will be very possible to kind of like reconciliate with whether an old friend, or maybe with why not with an ex, a person that you haven't saw for a very very long time. And mind you, although you may have ended on the wrong foot, now you do have all the circumstances, let's put it that way, the reinitiation to start on the right foot this time around. Right, so that was Leo. Now moving on next, Virgo. First one for Virgo, we do have the Knight of Wands, followed by the Death card. Afterwards, it's the Fool. And the final one, it's the Queen of Cups. I don't think that I do have anything in Virgo, but this reading reminds of myself so freaking much. Okay, and how I do address things, which is such a, how can I put it into words, such an affliction of mine. It's so much to my detriment. And what that exactly is that, you know, when things doesn't go exactly as, not as we planned, but as the pattern suggests, you may kind of like consider starting fresh, which will be, at least for that particular week, it's gonna be the worst thing you can do. So the best approach, it is to have the attitude that literally anything can come out of what you're doing. Okay, so have no expectations, right? Have no, I don't want to say have no criteria. Everybody needs to have a criteria, but like, consider everything as a blessing rather than something it's stopping you out. The week is all about you trying what works best for you, because your original expectation and anticipation as well may not be the one that is going to work for you best, may not be the one that is going to work for you to find the love you need or you want, or may not be the one that is going to work for you to improve yourself into your business, and as well into your career. And this week, it's very, very likely that you're going to find a new way of approach, a new way to present yourself, a new way to say stuff around, okay, a new way to work. But it's going to be within the same enterprise. You should not start fresh or replace it. It's like, you know, can I put it into words? Trying to learn something and you do it the old-fashioned way, right? And you see that after a couple of lessons or after 5 lessons, you see that you haven't learned anything, and you decide to just, you know, sign up another course in another class of the thing. Like you're trying to learn astrology from a specific astrologer. You see that you are not learning as fast as you want, and then deciding to start the same class with another astrologer is going to be the worst thing you can do. Here isn't about you replacing one with another. It's about trying a different way. Okay, so try a different way of learning. For example, try a different way of expressing your love. If the other person doesn't understand it, I mean, doesn't understand where you're coming from, you don't have to change the person, you have to change the way how you're doing it. So yeah, and when you do find your way to do your stuff throughout the week, then you can establish a long-term aspects, like long-term job or a business partner, you know, or a love, whatever you are after throughout the week. Right. Next one we do have Libra. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, like I said, giving the thumbs up is not gonna hurt you guys, but it's gonna help me tremendously due to, you know, YouTube algorithm and whatnot. Libra, the first card for you, we do have the moon, followed by the King of Swords. Moving on next, that's going to be Judgment. And the final card for you, Libra, we have the Four of Swords. Eight of Pentacles, it is to the King of Swords. So what we have here, it's this isn't exactly a criticism. I mean, how do you call, you know, when someone is telling you how you haven't, oh my god, how it is, someone is telling you how you can't do anything right, you know, and they're doing it in a way so you feel like a crap. Well, that kind of a individual or organization we do have on your hand, Libra, and that is something you will need to put up with throughout the week. So yeah, it's very likely that you may feel useless, kind of like unfit. Probably it is the word that I should use throughout the week. Very, very likely, mind you. That's not true. That's not true. And it will be very important that you do not allow that feeling to hamper with your judgment, in a sense of what you should do about your grand scheme of things. Because such an I have been into that both, you know, I have walked down that path, and there were times which I have been, can I put it into words, I've been questioning my, it's not even about authority, I have questioned my entitlement, if you want to call it that way. For example, there were times I have questioned, do I really deserve to be happy? I mean, why should I, right? Do I really deserve to be successful? Why should I? Currently, well, I don't want to go there. But you know, this kind of that kind of state is very likely to be a certain part of your week here. No thanks to you though, you know, it's gonna be, for example, thanks to a family member of yours, or thanks to your supervisor, and so on and so forth. You need to know that everyone has their, you know, bad days, their rainy days, and like I said, you should not allow that experience to hamper your judgment to keep up doing what you are doing, because by the end of the week, okay, you will pretty much gonna find your place, right? By the end of the week, or not just only find, but know your place. You will know what exactly you are capable of, and what you can be entitled to, and your emotional state is going to normalize by the end of the week, okay, and peace is going to pretty much ensue, normalness, if we can call it that way. But for some of you, actually, a path forward is going to open up. I don't know in what shape or form. For some of you, it could be about a proposal. For others, it could be about completely random introduction that is actually going to offer you everything you need. But we do have a huge leap forward that it is engraved within the week. But in order to take that leap, you must believe in yourself. No thanks to your supervisor, family members, even life partner, unfortunately. So do not doubt yourself even for a moment next week, or this week rather. And next we do have Scorpio. First one, we do have the Ace of Wands for Scorpio. Yeah, sure. Followed by the Page of Wands. Next, we do have the Eight of Cups. And then it's going to be the Queen of Cups. To the Page of Wands, we have the Eight of Swords. Page of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Eight of Swords talks about whether a person or organization, again, for a Scorpio, which are very stuck with the ways, if I may say it that way. It's so complicated to explain it. It's it's like they are I don't know how to explain it really. Well, I can tell you that this is usually a fragile person or a very fragile organization. It's like anything you say, it's always taken to the extreme. Also, they kind of jump from one thing to another. You know, it's like it's the results remain the same, or the expected results remain the same, but they always kind of like jump from one thing to another. They never follow kind of like the same concept all the time. It is like it is like this must be done, you know, and in a couple of days, if that doesn't produce immediate results, no, this must be done instead. That's not going to work out. And then to the next one, and to the next one. What happens at the end, it is that, you know, you can't unfold, or nobody can really unfold a potential of something, because at the end of the day, you cannot expect, especially for you, Scorpio, you cannot expect a progress overnight. That is because of the Queen of Cups at the end. With that card, the progress comes very slowly. Okay, it comes with a lot of time. For you, it's a person. Okay. And another thing about this Page of Wands and Eight of Swords, that's someone who will never understand you. Don't waste your breath. All right, that's literally how it stands. Just don't waste your breath. They are never gonna see where you're coming from. Not because, you know, they are a bad person or anything like that. But the reasons could be numerous. You know, if you wish, a different ways of how life is understood, but literally you can never explain to each other why you do what you're doing. It's just neither you can understand them, neither they can understand you. So just don't waste your breath. Okay, so that's the bad part. How that person could screw around with you. Well, it could kind of like limit your options available. And oh boy, an option available. We do have the Ace of Wands, which stands as the first card. So throughout the week, a gainingful opportunity or an enterprise is going to show up on your doorsteps. Okay. That enterprise or an opportunity will be of such nature that it will be very interesting for you to explore. Usually it's not something you have done before. It's something you kind of read about or study about, you know, or watched about, but it is not something you have done about before. And it's highly advisable, according to the cards, to go for it, because the very least it will allow you to unfold the potential you have that it is sleeping inside you, and is gonna set you for an alternative. That is what we do have here. Is gonna, if things doesn't work out with your main avenue, you're gonna have that one to hang on to, Scorpio. But yeah, with that individual, it's just they are so versatile, for a lack of better words. There are so many things about them. Yeah, be careful how you talk with them. I mean, everything insults them, right? Anything you say insults them. Doesn't matter what you say. It's just because Page of Wands, it is very fragile from within. All right, that is their nature, and having the Eight of Swords there, it amplifies, hell, it magnifies, it megamorphs that nature. So they're, at least throughout that week, they are extremely touchy, for the lack of a better word. Well, it could have been worse. Having the Ten of Swords there, it's going to be a catastrophe for everyone. WT, thank you so much for your $10 support. Thank you. Make sure you stick by the end, where you're going to have your personalized reading for the week. All right, so now one of you can have a free reading with me, guys. All you gotta do to get it is just input a question into the comments down below. A question that you want me to read for with the tarot cards. And in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna pick one of your questions, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Hello, Marina. Welcome to the stream. Well, Annie, I was just gonna make a comment for now on that. That's the fuel of the relationship, isn't it? At the very least, having a rough patch with someone makes you understand, you know, how much you have to lose there. Makes you understand, do you actually miss that person or you don't? Are you afraid of losing them or you don't? Because if you do not miss them, if you are not afraid of losing them, then you're better off without them. But again, you probably shouldn't listen to me about your love life, guys, unless I'm not talking through tarot. Because believe me, I'm the last person who want to come for advice when it comes to your love life. It's just, I can't land a relationship at all. So yeah, no matter what, it's just it ain't happening. So uh, again, the worst person for advice about that. Well, if he doesn't, I mean, just ask him about it. And if he truly doesn't, then what's the point extending the agony? Because extending the agony you're going through, it's, you know, leave alone. It's an agony for both of you. Um, there is even a worse consequences of it. You're wasting your time. And I have said that many times, right? While, if you lose your money, you can make money. If you lose your friends, you can always make new friends. If you lose a loved one, whether through them passing away or whether through them leaving you, right? You can always find a new love interest. But if you waste your time, it's done. I mean, you can never get that time back. So wasting time, it's the worst that someone can do. That's why, for example, guys, I'm going to tell you that. That's why being in jail or in a prison, I never knew the difference in between jail or a prison. It's just, to me, it's all the same. Probably there is a difference. Well, being in prison, it's the worst punishment. I mean, if I have ever been convicted and I'm to be sent to jail, I'm going to take my life. I don't want to be there. This is the moment my life ends. Or I would prefer, of course they're not gonna let me do it, but I would prefer to be sentenced on a death penalty or something, because this is just, it wastes your time, it takes away your freedom, and your freedom should, I believe, the freedom should be the thing that everybody strives for. That is the acme of happiness, to be free. Okay, Annie, let's see what's the problem with your relationship. Actually, a couple of them. Okay. Those are the cards which have been drawn. Ten of Wands, it is the first one. Then we have the Five of Swords. Then it is the Chariot. And afterwards, it is the Two of Swords. This relationship looks like more of a tug of war than a romance, at least from those cards. There are too many expectations from one to another, and that counts for both of you, right? Not just only from him, but also from your side. There are too many, what do you call it? Establishments. There are too many criterias, that the thing I just talked about, freedom, it's no longer there. And what did the old thing said? If you love someone, you are gonna set them free, right? So that's a huge issue in front of you both, Annie. There is no freedom in it. And you know, expectations, yeah, well, I think this is the first thing I said. Yeah. And even subconsciously, we all seek it. We all seek freedom. Some people seek it through money, other people seek it through, you know, luxurious life, others seek it through doing nothing. It is just subconsciously, everybody seeks freedom, even through codependency. The other issue, it is that when the relationship happened, this is a minor issue though, okay? It actually happened a bit prematurely, at least according to these cards, which was a good thing, by the way, at that point, because otherwise it wouldn't happen for one or another reason. That relationship, even you may not realize it even now, but that relationship on its own accord, it's a little miracle. For what also those cards are showing, it is that you can overcome the plight, all right? You can both overcome the matter that it is in front of you. The stagnation will last no longer than the end of March next year, and by that time, you both are gonna establish somewhat of an equilibrium in between each other, you know, states that is gonna work for both of you. That is your reading. So yeah, there is still what you can fight for in it. If I have to give you an advice based on the cards, you should give it one last try, at least till the end of March. If you're not, you know, if your spouse doesn't decide to live on their own accord, because that is unpredictable. I mean, we can't make choices for others. All right, so that concludes the second free reading, and a couple of minutes, guys, and after that, the last 4 star signs, and after them, the last free reading, and after that is going to be the super chat. Anyone who decides to support the stream and the channel through super chat, you are going to have a reading at the end of it. That's pretty much guaranteed. And should your super chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be that very same format I just did for Annie and for the star signs. Well, see, Annie, I never understood that type of thinking. I do not condemn it, but I do not understand it. Because, you know, if someone wants to be with you, they're going to be with you. What? This thing, you know, I'm not good enough for you means nothing if you want to be with him, you know. It's kind of like, it's, to me, again, that's my personal opinion. To me, this is just a unnecessary drama that it is happening. Whenever I'm in a relationship, it doesn't even cross my mind, you know, that is going to be the last thing on this earth that I'm going to think about. That's why I said I do not condemn it, Pisces Moonbeam. I said I don't understand it. All right, next, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, first card for you, Nine of Pentacles, followed by the second card, which is the Sun. Yeah, it didn't even cross your mind, did it? Then it is the Six of Pentacles. And afterwards, we do have the Four of Pentacles. It's so weird. Because well, long story short, Saji, that's a week where you really got to give it all into it, because this is the decisive week for you to pretty much take it in the bag. I think that that's the expression. Establishment, ensure its secure future, and under it I mean your possessions. Ensure the certainty of your job, ensure the certainty of your love life, ensure the certainty of your living situation, and so on and so forth. And that is the week of the mighty efforts about it. So having fun, indulging yourself with pleasantries and with commodities that you do find indulging, obviously, it's that's not the week for it. Okay, that's not the week where you try, right? That's the week where you must be better in what you're doing. That's not the week where you play around and mess around with stuff. That's the week where you, how can I put it into words? That's the week where you must do your bet, where you know your bet is going to be a winner. It's a bit difficult to explain it. This isn't about this week isn't about making people happy. Okay, this week isn't about making yourself happy. It's about making yourself efficient, making people efficient. It's about, for example, making money through doing a hard work. It's, for example, establishing or securing a deal despite the grievances of your coworkers. Okay, this is the week where you must take the edge. You will have that opportunity. It's going to be a golden one, by the way, and shame if you miss it. And it's going to be personalized. I mean, only you can take it. You cannot bring a friend into it. So whatever you take, people will envy you. I mean, those around you are gonna envy you, even if they don't show it. They pretty much do. You initiate relationship. Okay, for example, you find a nice man, you know, handsome and rich and all that. who loves you on top of all things, right? The golden three, you know, there is that say that you have three things: being rich, being beautiful, and being smart. You can have only two of them, you can never have the three, right? So if it is rich and beautiful, it's gonna be rather dumb, right? If it is smart or rich, it's unlikely to be beautiful. If it is beautiful and smart, unlikely to be rich. Okay, so but you do have the chance to have all three, and everybody is gonna envy you. Even your girlfriends are gonna, well, they the most are gonna envy you. So be pretty much prepared for it. That is also not a week where you should call it a truce. I don't know why that's the case. Well, I do know, but I don't know under what circumstances. This week, calling up a truce, it's only going to postpone a further clashes. So you would rather want to get the whole thing being done with, rather than having it linger and kind of like ensue in the future at the least convenient time for you. Hello, Lori, and Ginger as well. Welcome to the live stream, guys, or girls, I would say. I hope you do enjoy the show. All right, that was Sagittarius. Now moving on, next we do have Capricorn. Seven of Cups. It is the first one for Capricorn, followed by the Nine of Cups. Moving on, next we do have the King of Cups, and the final one, that's going to be the Hangman. Rather very emotional week. Let me see the second card again. Oh man, that's a short one. That's a week of promises. Okay, you are to be promised a thing. For example, someone is gonna promise you a job, or someone is gonna promise you their heart, or someone is gonna promise you something. Okay, and that's gonna lift your hopes very, very high, Capricorn. The only question mark here is going to be when, because the way promised, it's gonna feel like it is just behind the corner. No, not smooth talkers. What these people are saying, or what that person is saying, it's true. But the only question mark, like I said, it's when. Because for certain ain't gonna be that week, okay? And they ain't gonna be for a while even. But what they say, it's true. I haven't drew the... Good night, Marina. I haven't drew the second card for the King of Cups. It is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, it is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the thing about that individual or organization. They really want what they are promising to happen. They really want it. It's just they don't have the means. They don't have the situation, right? For example, imagine it that way. Someone wants to give you a job because they see you as a person that will be just about the fit, right? That is going to be just anything they wanted for that position. But I do have someone there on a timed contract, say for a year, and if they have to let go of, the severance package is gonna be huge. Okay, so they really want you there, and they're promising you that job, but I cannot give it to you right now. Or imagine someone wants to be with you, okay, but currently they are going through divorce, or even more than that, they are still married and something is anchoring them for that marriage. So they really want to marry you, if that's what they're saying, but they just can't right now. Is it gonna happen what they're promising? Yes. The question mark is when, and it's not gonna be anytime soon. I can guarantee you that. Well, Ginger, as we all, as we all. All right, so that was for Capricorn. Now moving on, next we do have Aquarius. Or like a new home, yeah. King of Swords for Aquarius. Followed by the Five of Wands. Moving on, next we do have the Seven of Swords. And the final card for Aquarius, that's going to be the Tower. So, the storm of shit is truly gonna overwhelm us throughout the week. There are gonna be so many screw-ups. No thanks to us, though, throughout the week. Now, at the end of the day, look at it that way. Those screw-ups most likely are going to be by, for example, the people we associate ourselves with, or the people that we work with. And those screw-ups could be to such an extent that even if in some way there was an option to somehow harness their uselessness, that would have solved the power crisis of the Western world. It's simply, that's how bad it's gonna be. Okay. So at the end of the day, Aquarius, you guys, if you wanna have the things right, okay, if you wanna actually accomplish something productive throughout the week, you gotta do it yourself. You can't rely literally on anyone throughout the week. By the way, it's a great week it's a great week to actually demand what you have been owed, because for some reason this week people will not gonna be able to kind of like side themselves away like a snake into the bushes, you know. When you say, oh look man, I gave you money once, I just need them now, and they ain't gonna be able for some reason to say, you know what, I just gotta go, right? It's kind of like withdraw themselves. But nonetheless, no matter how much we give of ourselves, I'm saying ourselves because I'm Aquarius as well, the feces storm is gonna kind of like intensify. And while at the start of the week those screw ups are small, by the end of the week they're gonna grow and grow and grow and grow, to a point where you know, many things about Aquarius are gonna seem questionable at best. Okay, their establishment, their success are gonna seem questionable once again at best. But this is going to be a lesson learned, a huge one, that is. And the lesson goes like that. Associating with people that does not contribute in any shape or form or way for us, it's stupid. And should you do it out of pity, we deserve to endure the shitstorm. That's pretty much the reading for Aquarius. So I hope you brought your umbrellas, guys, because you definitely don't want that thing to get into your mouth, right? All right. So finally, we do have Pisces. Isn't about just only counting, okay? It's about the influence that those people or organization already have. Okay, they are assigned already. They already have the authority and the influence to fuck things around, and they will do it. Not intentionally, though. Mind you, none of these things are intentional. It's mostly incompetence and uselessness that does it. The first card for Pisces, that's going to be the Star, followed by the Page of Cups. Moving on, next we do have the High Priestess. And the final one, it's going to be the Queen of Swords. Page of Cups, Three of Cups. All right, Pisces. It's going to be most likely a week for romance and love, right? And it's highly likely that the person you're gonna have that experience with, it's going to be very dedicated. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Virgo. Okay, I'm now studying the star signs. I'm kind of like back to studying astrology, and today I studied Virgo, by the way. And I wouldn't be surprised that's Virgo, because for what I learned today, they can be very fix themselves on something, just they don't let go. Make it, their mission, make something their mission. Which is a good thing, by the way, because someone must have always something to look forward to. And having the Virgo attitude helps with that a lot. But that's going to be somewhat an issue. That's the more, how can I put it into words? And I'm going to sneeze alert. Yeah. So the more the week goes forward, the more that person is going to become bigger and bigger part of your thoughts, of your day, if you will. And they will also going to do that as well. I mean, you will become bigger and bigger part of their day, of their environment, and so on and so forth. So why that's the problem? Oh, it's because it could lead to further down the road, though not right now, but further down the road, it could lead to fanaticism. So while you have the chance, Pisces, throughout the week. Hello, Sue. Welcome to the stream. So while throughout the week, Pisces, you do have a chance to experience really great love, uh, it must be progressed with rather slowly, right? Take your time, because otherwise, things can excel for you very fast. I mean, today you will kind of like introduce each other. 2 days from now, you have sex. 4 days from now, you're already contemplating kind of like moving in. That's not the way you do it, okay? You should be rather mindful and slowly approaching, because this must be an unfolding love rather than one that being slammed on you, if you know what I mean. And that is important because of the high priestess being into the third position. That one is that once you become a part of their life and they of yours, that will be forever. I don't want to say that you will be together forever, but you will be a part of their life together forever. So you're always gonna carry on that person, not in your heart, not in your mind, in your soul, as they will with you. So be careful how you, um, you know, develop the situation in between each other. And that's literally the Pisces reading. And now the third the third. Oh, let's put it that way. Now one of you can have a free reading with me. Uh, in order to take it, you just have to input a question in the comments down below. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do so, to input a question. And after the time runs out, I'm going to pick one of your questions, should there be any, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. And after that, the super chat readings are going to take place. Anyone who decided to support and is about to support the channel through super chat, you guys are gonna have a reading at the end of the stream. That's guaranteed. I haven't reached Pisces yet. I skimmed through it, but I haven't reached it. But if I speak from Tarot, Virgo and Pisces, that's the Hermit and the Moon, and you should get along very well. That is from Tarot perspective, though, not from astrology perspective. Uh, Priscilla, tarot is not designed to make a choice for you. You're both Aquarius moon. Oh my, well, Jupiter is in my Aquarius, as Aquarius is also my rising sign. All right, I already picked one. Lori Spangler, will I find love in the near future on the path that I'm on? Well, the near future is very, very near, right? Uh, the time frame of the reading is literally by the end of January. These are the cards, okay? And you will, but it's going to be inconsequential one, okay? So you're definitely not going to spend your lifetime with that person. And one advice, by the way, by the cards, uh, make your research, because I do suspect, by the look of those cards, I do suspect that this person is whether married, that you are going to stumble upon, is whether going to be married or is going to have another girlfriend. Or another love interest. You know, it is just there is something there being kind of like not really right. And of course, Lori, you have the choice to roll with it or pass on it. It's entirely up to you. But it's going to be inconsequential one. So, if your attitude it is just to have a good time, nothing wrong with it, you know, just go there and have a good time. But if your attitude is to have a significant one that you can spend your life with, well, such a person is unlikely to show up within the next couple of months. What happens after that, I cannot tell you. Hmm. Tell me about it. Yeah. Hey, look at it on the bright side, Lori. At least you do get one. Or rather, like, at least you do get to have one. It's still something. All right, super chat now. Yeah. Thank you, Ginger, for the $5 super chat. Make sure that you do stay a little bit longer, and you're gonna have your personalized reading for the week. I am not certain of that, okay, Ginger, because I am rising Aquarius, and God knows I hate parties. You know, whenever there is a party and I'm invited, and by some kind of a miracle, I do decide to go there, that is the most unfit feeling. I feel that I do not belong there, you know, and I just don't know how to have fun into such an environment. But God knows I never get bored, you know. It's like I always find something to do that I like, and that way it doesn't bother me spending time on my own. It doesn't. I always, it's even the day is short for me. I don't know if you understand. I doing the things I like, and the day is always short. I want more and more from the day. That's my Scorpio piece, if you say so. All right, Sam, you asked what is your role in life currently. It may change. That is card, and your role currently, it is to be the harbinger of surprises and to be the savior of the day. That is your current role in life. Ginger, your week. It's those two. Three of Swords with the Death card. And, well, Ginger, that's gonna be a week, pretty much, where, can I put it into words? Where it's gonna become clear to you that whatever you do, it just doesn't make any difference. Okay? It primarily comes to that you may try to fix stuff, like fix a friendship or remedy a certain situation, you know. And the more you try, the more it's going to become clear to you that it's not working. All right, it's just, it doesn't make any difference. So it will be important that throughout the week, if you do need to grieve, if you do need to kind of like feel the disappointment, feel it. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, drink through it if that's your thing, you know, sleep through it, paint through it, play through it, watch TV through it, whatever the case. But it's important that you do embrace, you know, the poignant experience, so you can get over it, you know, get done with it, get over it, and cleanse yourself from it. Yeah, that's literally the nature of your week according to those cards. WT. Those are the cards for you. Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, Temperance. Very strong week is ahead. First things first, you are gonna make it clear to all the people around you about your intentions and about, let's put it that way, your vision, right? But by doing so, you are gonna do it the most efficient way, or you're gonna go about the most efficient way about it that it is. So if you do have to criticize someone, you're gonna do it in such a way that that person doesn't feel like shit, right? Or if you do wanna demand something, you will do it in a way that's, while demanding, you're not losing anything, right? Or if you do wanna kind of like acquire something, you will do it, you will make your negotiations in a way that nothing is taken away from you in return. So your communicative skills are going to be very, very sharp throughout the week. But the most pronounced aspect there, it is, how can I put it into words? It is the strength of your spirit to do what it is necessary to get results, and to negotiate results as well. And results are going to come, rewards are going to come, recognition is going to come your way. That is your week. All right, next, Mattia, the car crash development. Well, Mattia, according to these cards which we have, okay, it's a far smaller thing or a problem that you are whether led to believe into, or you are making it yourself, okay? And literally, it's all gonna work out at the end according to the cards. Yeah, you may have to kind of like allocate one thing to another department. I don't know what that really means, okay? But by the end, it's going to be okay. It's gonna be fine. There will be almost no consequences, or they're going to be close to zero consequences. The matter should be resolved no later than by the end of May next year, okay? I don't know why it's giving such a long time frame, but that's that. But really, that is a For what the cards are showing, that is a mundane accident that is just will carry on, no repercussions aside from maybe a monetary fine to you. That's that, which is gonna be a fine you can easily pay, by the way, for what those cards are showing. Oh, excuse me. All right, JT, is the prospective soulmate someone you already know? Let's check it out. Those are the cards. If I tell you everything those cards are showing, I will gonna take a choice for you. But if I don't tell you everything, then I'm gonna again make a choice for you. So you will know for certain that this person, who that person is, by the end of August next year. And to answer your question, yes. But there is a but. Okay. Yes, it's someone you know, but it's not the person you think of. So there you go. I made a choice for you. Or rather, like, led you to a choice that, or rather, like, left you with no choice, but whatever. So that is what the cards are showing. Yes, not the one you are fixated on. And that is clear by the moon card being onto the second position. Okay. So that's your answer, Jasmine. All right, Anna. Let's see how your week is gonna go. Really good week. These are the cards. Really good week when you come to business and work, Anna. That's a week where very good business ventures could be established on your behalf, that is, and business deals, business contracts, all kind of those things. closing up, wrapping up the stuff, all right, kind of like closing up the deal, establishing the contract, and so on and so forth. And it's a good week because for one or another reason you're gonna do it with all the perks that you could be entitled to. You know, usually people, you know, when there is a contract to be signed, usually both sides are trying to get the most advantageous deal without giving anything in return. Well, it seems that you will have such a circumstances to take everything with giving almost nothing nothing in return here. But from another standpoint, that's a week where you will find a very, very little time to kind of like feel happy. Okay. Probably it is because you're gonna have too many things to do, too many not to do, but rather to manage. It's a week more of a management rather than actually doing stuff. And it is not like worrying if one thing is gonna work out or not. You are gonna know that it's gonna work out. The question is gonna be how it's gonna work out, and that thing is gonna pretty much buzz in your head constantly. Almost is not gonna let you focus on having a good time with your kids or with your friends, you know, or just by yourself. But by the end of the week, you're gonna have it pretty much wrapped up, very well established, whatever it is. You know, it's not excluded to be as well a romance, but should that be the case, it will happen. It will happen almost instantaneously. It is like you see each other and bang, immediately you know the spark, and you are very attracted to one another and whatnot. But by the end of the week, whatever the case, you are gonna pretty much have it in the back, kind of like wrapped up. And to tell you though, although you're gonna feel by the end of the week quite satisfied of your results, right? You're gonna feel very content and happy with what came up from all that. Well, you are barely scratching the surface on the potential you have set yourself on. That's your week. One advice from the tarot: don't do anything unless you are sure, I mean certain, that you have addressed every single detail of it. Do not leave anything on a chance. And lastly, Chandra. Five of Swords. With the Two of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. And the Hermit. So to the Knight of Pentacles, the card is the Queen of Wands. Well, Chandra, long story short, that is a week. You're welcome, Anna. That is a week where you must concern only with yourself. Okay, only with yourself. Because what those cards are showing, it is that all of your emotional attachments to people are gonna be a weakness. That is what the cards are showing. and those weaknesses are going to be exploited, and you don't want that to happen with you. But by concerning only with yourself, you must know your limit too, because otherwise you may overreach and you may get more than you can handle, if you know what I mean. But other than that, Chandra, it's a week where if you're how can I put it into words? If your plans are reasonable, you will be able to accomplish all of them. But again, only if your only concern is the plans rather than what is involved into those plans. There will be someone who is going to help you though through all that. A person who rather follows rather than leads, and a person who is very tidy, for the lack of a better word. You tell them to do something and how to do it, and they do it word for word, right? That kind of an individual is going to help you with your endeavors. Purely professional interaction. There will be not a shred of emotional attachment in between both of you. It's whether you are paying the person or they have something to get out of all that thing. And by the end, it's gonna be how can I put it into words? By the end of the week, you will have something big to look forward to. It is how I can explain it. Something big as an enterprise in front of you, truly to look forward to, but it's not going to be involving anyone that you do care for. And in some cases, that is the threshold where people actually understand how much people care for them. Because if there is no one there to applaud you, well, that is going to be a testament for how much those who claim they care for you are actually happy for your success. So if nothing else, Chandra, that is going to be where you are going to see who truly is your friend and who is your friend because they are taken away from you. But it's going to be efficient and productive week for you, Chandra, especially in your job. Well, you're not the first person saying that, Anna. I mean, people don't say it that way. It's just most of my friends, when they see me, they say you are becoming a different person when you start reading cards. It's like you completely change into something else. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is what it is. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much for sticking around, and as well for your generosity. I love you, and we're gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.